What's up, homie? Hope you're doing well. So today's topic of discussion, and as you can see by the title of the video, is going to be how I was able to talk with millionaires on a weekly basis in just like over a year. So yeah, I'll start all this off by a quick story of I was commuting to college every single day. Well, not every single day, probably like 4 or 5 times a week. So I was commuting to college every morning, and then I was listening to podcasts and educating myself, right? And I was wondering, damn, I'm actually going to college to learn from a guy, or I'm learning marketing from a professor who hasn't even run a Facebook ad in his life. Like, how does this make sense? Why am I learning from this guy when I can learn online on YouTube or courses? So everything just started to click when I was listening to all these podcasts and listening to audiobooks and YouTube videos while I was commuting to college. So it was probably a 30-minute drive there and back. So an hour every day. I was just educating myself on these like subjects on online business. I was listening to this guy, First Man. I'm not sure if you're familiar with him, but yeah, I was just educating myself. Obviously, a lot of other YouTubers on online marketing, on starting your own online business, on just life in general. And I was looking at these professors, and most of them were out of shape. They didn't want to teach the subject. Most of them just had the book knowledge. And I was like, I do not want to learn from these guys. They don't even know, or maybe they do know the subject, but it's just on a basic level. Like the first year was all just basics, right? It was just a waste of time, really. Like I didn't even listen to the guys. Like it was probably grade 10 work. So the main reason I dropped out is because I can learn all the stuff on my own, really, and in a much shorter time frame as well. So the main thing about university, right? It's like 4 years, and it's done like perfectly well, where you have certain periods where you have off time, and then most people party and drink and forget all about their sorrows and all that. But if you actually condense all the work, you can do the entire university degree in like 6 months if you really want to. So it's just spread out to, you know, make more money basically. So you have to pay every single year, and when you can just actually finish the work in 6 months and pay like 8 times less. So it's all you should understand university is a business, right? So it's there to make money. It's also obviously if you want to be a doctor, engineer, or a job where you actually need a degree, obviously go to university. But if you want to make a lot of money and start your own online business, I don't think that's the route to go. I mean, you'll learn way more just starting your own business and failing. That's what I did, right? I started like 6 businesses before I like one started to see some success. So you just have to try and fail all the time. Like that's the best advice I can give you. You learn more by actually just starting a business, filing an LLC, doing your taxes, trying to get your first client, trying to get a payment, setting up the payment, sending the invoice, doing a sales call. I mean, the best learning is actually taking action and failing. And then after that, you can start reading books, taking courses. But the main foundation of everything is just education, right? And the best form of education I found is self-education. So there's a study where after 3 years of actually graduating college, then people start reading. So after 3 years, they pick up their first book. And like your education starts when your degree finishes, right? That's when most people think they're done. They're done with all their education. They're free. They don't have to do anything. They can just work. But that's when the education starts. Like that's when you actually have to go on your own, get the books, buy the courses, get mentors, all that. So that's all like the background story of all that. Then like a year of that, I was like, nah, this ain't it. This can't be it. Okay. So a year after that, I actually joined Hustlers University. So for 2 months. And the thing with that, obviously does work, but you have to be like quick with it. So when you have 100, like almost 200,000 students doing the same course, it's bound to get saturated. So obviously it works, but if you're not quick with it, people are just going to flood the market. And yeah, like the main thing with business, right? You have to think with your for yourself. You can't just copy and paste email script and expect it to work. You have to know the fundamentals and the actual variables that go into everything. You have to learn the foundations and the systems behind it. You can't just think, oh, I need one subject line and then I'm going to send this email, then I'm gonna get like a ton of clients. Like that's not how it works. You should know why you're doing everything. You should know why you're writing this piece of copy in your email. So I learned copywriting for Hustlers University, and I didn't sign one client. Like everyone told me, this is like the fifth time I'm getting the same email. Please stop messaging me, because everyone's sending the same email script. So after a while, it just becomes saturated. So yeah, after that, I actually started Forex trading for like, I think it was 3 or 4 months. Every day I would, I think they call it back testing for like 6 hours. So I would just download the software where you can trade on previous years. And obviously I learned a bit, but after that I signed my, or not actually, I didn't go out and prospect myself, but the client almost came to me, but not all. It's like, it's a weird dynamic. Iman put up an Instagram story and I was like, I need video editors for my team. And then I just filled out the survey and I got that job. So I didn't really do prospecting for that client per se, but that was my first sign of actually seeing like good money and actually being paid in US dollars. So that's when my mind like shifted, like, damn, I can actually pay, or I can invoice people from America and get paid in dollars. Like that's the ultimate cheat code. So all that to say, I started my own like business where I help influencers with their branding. So basically influencer marketing. So I speak with these high level influencers online and help with their branding and their social media. And like I think that's the future of like client acquisition or getting clients, is actually content. Because like most courses you bought, or I can actually predict, like every course you bought online, you probably consumed some content of some influencer, because that like warms up your buying process. So then you're actually primed to buy their product. So at this moment in time, I'm just doing I'm doing a lot of outreach. So that's basically where you send emails, you send DMs, you do everything you can to get in contact with these people you're trying to work with. So as I said, I'm working with like high level influencers, and I'm doing their social media and their social media marketing for them. And I obviously gained some experience last year to this year working with pretty high level influencers. So I have that experience. So when you're trying to reach out to clients, you should obviously find a niche you're interested in, you're passionate in, you have previous experience in, so that you can actually help other people in that niche. That's basically what I'm doing at the moment. And sending emails and DMs sounds pretty easy, but like the fulfillment and the onboarding, and there's a lot of skills you actually have to learn. There's probably like 50 skills. Obviously, every skill isn't as difficult, but a lot of people think you can scale your business in like 3 months to 10K. And I wrote a thread on this where most people actually scale their business from 0 to 10K, or the agency, to be more specific, from 0 to 10K dollars in 90 days or 3 months. Usually they have previous experience in other industries where they learned copywriting or Facebook ads, and then just the course they bought to actually scale the agency, they just needed one skill and they can instantly scale. So I think Alex Hormozi said this thing where entrepreneurs have three things that bottleneck their business. So it's their skills, traits, and beliefs, right? If your beliefs and your traits are primed to scale your business, but you lack the skills, let's say you have a 50K belief and 50K traits, but your skills are like at a 10K, and you just acquire the skills through courses and books, you instantly scale. But most people have to start from scratch. So their beliefs, their traits, and their skills are like at zero. So it takes a while to actually learn all those skills, right? Yeah. And the belief and all that comes through time, or comes with time. But yeah, so I'm basically booking about 2 meetings a week, 2 to 3 meetings a week. So I speak with these high level influencers. Some of them make, yeah, it's crazy money. Like actually talking with these people is already a massive win. So just coming into contact with them and speaking with them, listening to their problems that they might have, and eventually getting a client. So yeah, just speaking with them on a weekly basis. Now, some of them make like $200,000 a month. It's crazy the amount of money these people are making. And all of this happened in just like over a year. So it's crazy how the progress you can make when you actually focus on improving yourself and acquiring skills and reading books and just educating yourself. Like I was I was going through a lot of podcasts and audiobooks and YouTube videos on the commute to Stellenbosch here in Cape Town. So yeah, just most people just listen to music every time. Just listen to an audiobook for once, you know. You can just educate yourself while you're driving. It's like the ultimate life hack. To bring it all back, to the university story, I knew that the path that would take me, I did not want to go, right? I knew I didn't want to go that route. And the main thing with university is also it takes like 4 to 5 years of your life away. Like this is your prime years to sacrifice and build. And then you have to go learn some knowledge that you can get for free or even better knowledge on the internet. So it just didn't make sense for me, especially when you want to start a online business and make money online. So yeah, like these guys don't know anything about a Facebook ad, don't even know what TikTok is. Like, no, it's just basic marketing. I was studying was BCom, so it's just basic marketing skills, basic everything, and you can learn all that in like 2 months if you really want to. So yeah, it's just a waste of time and money, and that's neither what you want to waste, especially when you're young. So yeah, my main piece of advice is just to educate yourself nonstop. Like with the fact I said at the beginning of this video, most people pick up a book after graduation, like after 3 years. So that's just not acceptable. You should be reading at least like an hour a day, just educating yourself on different topics, psychology, money. Like most people are financially illiterate, so they don't know the language of money, and that's really important. So yeah, just pick up some books. That's my little piece of advice for today. I'm going to head to the gym now, doing some cardio and sauna, and then I'll be back working again. So like most days I work from like 7 to 10 p.m. So, but it's obviously work I like doing, so I don't really mind. But like the first few years of your entrepreneurship journey, it's very tough. You don't see a lot of profit, but it's like the story of the bamboo, right? Like the first few years, they grow underground and you don't see anything happening. But after like 3 years, it just explodes, right? That's basically how entrepreneurship works. Like the first 3 years, you just see no profits. You're doubting yourself. You don't see anything happening. You're like, is this worth it? Should I go back? But if you just persevere through that, then it just explodes, right? And entrepreneurs are like so it's a specific personality type. So like not everyone can start an online business. It's very risky. Obviously you don't see results for many years, and like most people can't handle that. And with a lot of risk comes a lot of reward. But obviously if you play your cards right, you can have the rewards, but some people just give up. So yeah, it's not easy, and there's a certain personality type that thrives in these conditions. So if you're one of those, great. If not, that's also fine. There's a lot of other jobs where you can actually work for a company, like sales jobs, affiliate marketing, email marketing, all that stuff, where you don't actually have to be the face of the business. You can work for the company and it'll easily make like 7 figures a year. So you don't have to start an online business to make money, but just some people, they want to be in charge of everything and take full responsibility for everything in the company. So yeah, that's just my little piece of advice for today. I hope you had a great week and you enjoy your weekend, and I see you next week. Cheers.